Hello, Pastor Jeff here. Wanted to make a short video to share with our church family, anybody that's watching, sort of the structured plan that we have right now for getting back into church services. It's a little unusual. If you haven't yet watched the Sunday message for May the 3rd, I ask that you would pray for myself and the deacons as we meet to have an opportunity to talk about what might be best for us to do. I actually had the opportunity, I'm recording this Saturday evening, had the opportunity on Saturday, middle of the day, to sit down with Alan and Kevin, look at all of the different guidelines, instructions, suggestions, and come up with a plan for what we think would be best for our ministry, for our particular church. And that really is part of what's going on here. Each ministry is so unique when it comes to the makeup of the congregation, when it comes to the facilities, what they're able to do as far as social distancing and things. I'm excited that we have a governor that is allowing us to get started back, but I understand too, and if you look closely at what's being stated, it's going to look a lot different as far as what we're able to do. We're going to be really limited on some things, especially at the beginning. So to sort of cut to the chase, I just want to share with you what we have considered. We've got several opportunities. I had an opportunity yesterday to sit in on about a 45-minute phone meeting with Pastor Tim Potter from over at Grace Baptist in Mentor, Ohio. He heads up Arch Ministries, and he had been a part of a phone call with the White House where they called 500 pastors and sort of explained to them some guidelines, some ideas, their thoughts. So I had the privilege of being able to take some notes to glean from those resources. We've been considering, obviously, the CDC guidelines. We've looked at Governor Holcomb's guidelines and what he has stated, because to be honest with you folks, there's differences in all of these guidelines, so it's really tricky to try and figure out what's best, what is expected, and what we need to be doing. And we also have some material that Brotherhood Mutual, our insurance company, has put out, and we have printed out those articles, and we're looking at those to try and help us see and figure out exactly what we need to do. So understand, here's what we're going to do. And, like I said in the Sunday message, if you haven't watched it yet, you'll hear me. I know this is not perfect. Whatever we decide to do, for some people, we're going to wait too long before we start. For some people, we're going to start too early. And that's why I ask you again, just be patient, be gracious. There's no possible way everybody will be satisfied. We're doing the best that we can, looking at all the different guidelines. It is a situation that nobody's been through before. So, and it's a fluid situation, to be honest with you. What I share with you here this evening in this quick video could all change relatively quickly if there's an upsurge in cases. And every state, every governor saying that. But right now, our plan, our goal, our hope is to start back with services on May the 24th. I know Governor Holcomb said we could start meeting by Mother's Day, but when you look at what's expected, when you look at the limitations, the factors that we considered were the age of our congregation. Indiana, up until May 24th, people who are 65 or older are not supposed to leave their home. They're not supposed to go to church services. Anybody who has compromised health situations, and I want to read to you what the CDD says on that. So no one over 65, but also up until May 24th, no one who is an individual with serious underlying health conditions, which includes high blood pressure, chronic lung disease, diabetes, obesity, asthma, those whose immune systems are compromised, such as by chemotherapy for cancer and other conditions requiring such therapy. I didn't realize the extent when they said vulnerable individuals or individuals with health situations. I didn't realize how broad that was. And when we took into factor the age of a lot of our congregation, the health issues and the situations that we have, and not just with our older folks, we really looked at it, and also the facilities that we have. We have a small foyer, we have narrow aisles. And to be honest with you, in the next few weeks, if churches meet, they expect 6 to 8 feet of distance between people at most all times, with masks being worn all the time also. And we thought that would just be complicated for us to pull off. I'm not going to say it would be impossible, but we thought the wisest thing for us to do as an entire church family, instead of some of us being able to meet, some of us not, is we're going to shoot for May the 24th, providing that nothing changes, that nothing gets any worse. It's going to look different. I can share a few things with you now, and I don't know timelines on these things, but we will not be able to do choir. We will not have any children's ministries that are going on. We won't be able to provide childcare. Those are things that are generally considered and recommended for all churches that we not get back into right now, that we not participate in. And as far as some of those details and things, even how we do social distancing, and how we're going to literally have to divide up seating in the auditorium to make sure we're trying to abide the best that we can. I don't want to go overboard with it, but I've said all along I'd like to be respectful. I do not see the government requiring us to do anything. They can't order us to do anything as a church. But we can listen to the recommendations. We can make the best decisions we think are possible. And really, it's not government motivated. Our decision is based on what we feel is best for our congregation, for our witness and testimony, but really for the health and welfare of those who regularly worship with us. And some of the changes and differences that we're going to see probably through the middle of the summer if cases don't get worse and we continue to progress as far as opening goes. It's going to look a little strange. It's going to look a little different. We'll fill you in on the details of those as we figure them out as we get closer. But I just wanted to take a few minutes to give you an idea of what's going on. Again, pray for us. This is a strange time, and God is definitely in control. And we want to do what is best for His honor and glory and for the good of our folks, not rushing getting back together, but being wise when we do it. So once again, we're going to be shooting for opening on May the 24th. Right now, probably at least for the 2 weeks in May, we'll only be having a 10:30 morning worship service. And probably, after the 24th, we'll do the midweek prayer meeting as well. But again, we'll fill you in on the details. Just wanted to give you a rough overview. Thanks for your support. Thanks for praying for us, and continue to pray as things will change. So thanks a lot, and we will see you in a couple weeks.